Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. This is part 36 of our initial run through the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. Last time, we started out at the hinterland, making our way all the way through here, all the way to the Finger Ruins of Dio. And we also found the Shaman Village, the original homeland of America. And we found a very powerful incantation here. We found a boss here. It was 2 individual tree sentinels. We found a falling star beast here. We found a boss soul duplication thing here. We got a talisman here, and then heading back over to here, we got another, I believe, 2 bosses here, 2 to 3 depending on how you interpret things. But as you can see here, we got the Gazing Finger, a colossal weapon from the boss in this arena, which this was an absolutely incredible boss, by the way. But we don't have the stats for it, but yeah, colossal weapon. So very cool. We also got a glintstone staff and the High Priest armor set, as you can see there. We also got the Cerulean Seed Talisman +1 from the Finger Ruins, along with the Golden Braid for the utmost holy damage negation. We also got the Finger Creeper Ashes and the Sword Hand of Night Julan. I'm assuming the name is pronounced. Though you can also get her weapon, which is a katana. And I actually got her katana on my second character, and it's pretty cool. The normal light attack is kind of like this, where it's 2 quick swipes. So it's pretty cool. But with that being said, we can move back to our normal armor set. And here, we can start making our way through this area. And you might be wondering, Bonny Jail, we've already done that, right? And yes, we have. We have gone through Bonny Jail before. We can throw this on. But you may remember that I have previously mentioned that there was something in here and I didn't know how to get to it. But I figured it out. Because, as I mentioned, I have a second character, and I'm going through the DLC on my second character. Not recording, but I'm helping people. I'm playing online, doing co-op, just generally being summoned by people and trying to help people with the areas, trying to help people with the bosses. Partially because I really enjoy co-op, and partially because it will help me learn the bosses and the areas. Nope. Both of those timings were very close. But we got it. And it doesn't matter how close... Oh boy. It doesn't matter how close it is, as long as you win in the end. And we can take this guy out. But I figured out what I was missing and how to get to it. Because I was going through playing co-op. And these things will never fail to disgust me. They just aren't right. Like, the jars used to be good, respectable creatures of the game. And then that happened to them. And it feels like... It ruined them. Like, I can never look at Alexander the same again. But here, near the end of the area, there's this elevator that goes down. But if you're a little patient, it'll go back up. And it'll go up even higher than before. And that gets you access to this. The Armor of Night. Well, that was rude. I forgot about this guy. But beyond that, it also gets you the Shield of Night. So we can throw this on and see what it looks like, along with the shield. And the shield, yeah, it's got a little projectile. And I actually encountered someone using this shield as an invader long before I figured this out, and I had no idea what the projectile even was. I thought that they were using a sorcery. But anyways, these are all the same. So, bottomless black chest piece, cool to the touch. Flowing lines in the seeming shape of a fingerprint adorn the surface, imprisons the wearer in utterly lightless dark. Bestowed upon those born deep underground, ordaining them as sword hands of night. And that's what all of them say. And again, this is what that looks like, if you're interested in that. But we can move back to our normal set. And then for the shield, a shield awarded to sword hands of night, cast in a bottomless black from which no light can escape. The outer surface is only semi-corporeal, providing reliable defense against attacks that are not physical in nature. And semi-corporeal is something that popped up in the description of the weapon as well, the katana. But I do not have that on this character because I got the Spirit Ash instead. But unique skill, Revenge of the Night, unleashes the Dark of Night imbued with magic power. If used immediately after blocking an incoming attack, its power is absorbed, bolstering the strength of the skill. So if you shield, then do that, then it'll have more damage. Neat. But moving on, I actually haven't played in like 4 days, so I have a small list of things pulled up because I found quite a few things on my second character. This, I don't know if I've gotten it or not. So this is something that we'll have to see. Because I may have gotten it. I've not. So, a Revered Spirit Ash right here on the map. You start at the Scorched Ruins and you just go southeast to this little bump on the map. And that's that. The second thing is way over here. The Temple Town Ruins is probably the closest one. And I'm very surprised that I didn't find this. Because I got very, very, very close to it. And as I said, I've not played in 4 days, so I forget the pixel perfect exact location. But I know the general area because I ran into it on my second character. So up here, up these 2 Spirit Spring jumps, all the way up here is the Northern Nameless Mausoleum. And I was trying to get better with this boss, so I put my sign down and I started running around. And I was looking for potential screenshots because this area is very nice looking. But as I was running around, here it is. I was about to say I have no idea where it is. But here, on the southwest side of things, almost directly east of the Rivermouth Cave, just ever so slightly south, you get the Spiraltree Seal. This is a sacred seal that scales mostly with faith, tiny bit into strength, but it boosts spiral incantations. So, sacred seal of soiled amber, engraved with a spiral tree design, enhances spiral incantations. The majesty of the White Tower, stretching to reach the gods, even inspired a secret faith in the invaders, the people of the Erdtree. And that boosts, the Spira incantation. I don't know if it boosts any others, but it probably boosts that. So, there's another sacred seal, if you want them. And then, over here, between Rest of the Dread Dragon, or Jagged Peak Summit, rather, and Jagged Peak Mountainside, because I found the other 2. So there are 3 paintings. What we got was the second one. The first one was around here, I believe. Yeah, right here, I think. And it got us a shield. A medium shield. That was the second one. And those 2, I can't remember. It's in info. Those are the Incursion and the Sacred Tower. I kind of forget which one is which, But this third one is the Domain of Dragons. I know that one for sure. And you take this jump up, and then you drop down and head back around. No. Like I said, I have not played in 4 days, so I don't remember the specifics. More so just the general area. But I know that I ran into it around here. I don't think it was this high up. Yeah, I really don't think it was this high up. I think I took a wrong turn. So, back down. And we can make our way back over. Oh, here it is. Yeah, this one is weird because, one, it's just the chair and it takes forever for the guy to even show up. But that is here on the map for what little that means, considering it's all just jagged peaks. But it's pretty close to that first Spirit Spring jump, and it gets you the Rock Heart. And that turns human frame into Ancient Dragon and boosts Dragon Communion incantations. So, Heart consumed in the ancient original form of Dragon Communion. Use while disrobed to turn one's human flesh into an Ancient Dragon. So you unequip all of your armor, you use this, and it'll turn you into a human dragon hybrid. And then the change cannot be undone except by death, and you can't equip any armor when you have this on, so no poise, just keep that in mind. But using this heart while already transformed temporarily boosts Dragon Communion incantations. The last thing the partakers saw with human eyes was a sunset. Its colors faded and tarnished, a remote thing from eternity. So, if you're someone who's into Dragon Communion incantations, that can be good. And Dragon Communion incantations are pretty powerful. Though, the main one that I use got nerfed at some point. The Rotten Breath, because it procced Scarlet Rot and did damage, which was nice. Here, we can equip a bow. Then we can move forward. So, Prospect Town. Up at the top there, you can get the Outer God Heirloom to raise your arcane stat by 5 points. But I think it's over here. I think it's over here. By that enemy in this, like, dead-end section. But if you have a bow, there's a pot, you can shoot the pot down. And that will get you the String Seller's Bell Bearing, which allows you to purchase string. So, yeah, I didn't catch that the first time because my first time going through here, I didn't even realize that was a mechanic. Like the jars hanging off the sides of walls that you can shoot down. Didn't even know it was a mechanic until long after I'd left through here. But heading through here on the second character doing co-op, I noticed it. And so I wrote it down. And here we can get it. And then the next thing, all the way here at the Church Ruins in the Abyssal Woods. We are almost done with the list that I have. Again, I don't remember where exactly it was, but it was somewhere in here. There it is. The Frenzyflame perfume bottle. So, heading up, we now have 5 perfume bottles. We got a fire one, a lightning one, a magic frost one, a fire madness one, and a poison one. I don't know how many there are, but I don't think there'd be that many perfume bottles, considering we've only got 1 hand-to-hand, only 3 fists, only 1 whip, only 2 beast claws. We've only gotten 1 halberd. Like, I don't assume there'd be that many more perfume bottles. Like, I'm surprised that there are this many perfume bottles while there are this few amount of other things. But anyways, from the Church Ruin Site of Grace, look towards this, and just off to the left here, you can get the Frenzyflame perfume bottle. And so, fire damage, does frenzy buildup, attacks kind of fast. That's the wrong thing. It can even be two-handed. So, that's neat. And it scales mostly off of dexterity, but there's tiny bits of strength and faith. Like I said, pure fire damage. And it is a perfume bottle remade into a weapon by perfumers of the realm of shadow. Attacks released perfumed powder producing frenzied flame. From time to time, perfumers set out on journey to pursue new aromatics and flower gardens. And for some reason, outside of the deadly poison one, they all have basically the same item description. And then the deadly poison one mentions Thalia, whatever his name is. The poison guy. I do find it kind of strange that they all have basically the same exact item description, except sparks of fire, lightning, icy chill, frenzied flame, deadly poison. And then the fire one has crusade was a violent purge and the perfumers were not called there to heal. Like I said, it's only really the poison one that has a unique item description. I think it's because they're new and they wanted people to read these, even if people didn't find all of them. They wanted everyone, even if you just found one, to get this item description. So I wonder if it'll change in a future update. because they have changed stuff in updates. Like, the Malekith fight comes to mind. When you kill Malekith, at some point they changed his, like, death monologue. I don't remember when exactly, but they changed it at some point. It went from, like, why covet death to kill what, to him apologizing to America, saying that he couldn't maintain the Golden Order. It's been a decent little bit since I've killed Malekith, so the exact phrasing slips my mind. Okay, so there's two things left in my little note thing here. And I'm gonna do this one first because it's less painful. But here at the cathedral, when he was gone before we killed him, he actually wasn't gone. He was over here in this little graveyard section, and he had some lines of dialogue. I messed them on this character, didn't record them on my second character. Sorry about that. I will hopefully remember to do it on the third run, which I will be recording. But you could talk to him, and it says, Yuri, beloved child, taken before his time. And here you get Cherishing Fingers, which is a sorcery. It requires 36 intelligence and costs 20 FP, and it surrounds the caster with a mesh of hefty fingers. A finger sorcery of Count Ymir, aspiring mother of fingers, surrounding the caster with a mesh of hefty fingers that wards off all manner of projectiles, whether magical or physical in nature, away from the caster. Charging enhances potency. The dear fingers look after their mother, or perhaps that is merely what the mother wishes to believe. So this is a defensive sorcery in nature. And you can only get this after killing Count Ymir, the boss. And then the final thing is the ruins of Unte. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but I finally figured out how to get into there. And it is something that I never would have figured out on my own, but it's also not something I looked up. It's something that I figured out because I read a message on the second character. So, community to the rescue. But you may remember, if you watched the part, I spent a little bit of time looking on how to get into here. And I thought that maybe you could jump over, but no, it's a bit different. You need to craft a hefty fire pot. And then you need to use the hefty fire pot. No, hefty furnace pot, my bad. You need to craft a hefty furnace pot. And then throw it. And that wakes him up. That is a mistake I made on the second character as well, while trying to make my way into here. Can't believe I'd done it twice. But here you get giant golden arcs. Examine altar. Raise the stone-sheathed sword to the light. Okay, so we had a sword. Alright, good. We can actually do that. But over here at the Rauh Ancient Ruins West, we got a sword. And here we could connect it with this to get the Sword of Light. I missed that on the second character, so cool that I found that now. Ooh, weapon looks cool. And it has the skill Light. Okay. I do like how you throw the weapon back at the end. Right here. The way your character throws it back is cool. But Sword of Light, pulled from its stone scabbard at an altar, from the quick of the root. What? Anyways, from the quick of the root, unswerving rays of light intersect and reflect to give the silver blade form. Unique skill Light unleashes the light carved in the armament's blade. Send the sword aloft to let loose a blinding light whose many rays sweep through the surrounding area. Also temporarily boosts one's own holy attacks. Neat. I wonder if there's more of these. Like, that gave it holy damage. I wonder if there's like a magic, fire, lightning, and pure physical one. Who knows? But anyways, the thing we got is the giant golden arc incantation. It requires 34 faith and costs 24 FP. Sorcery, it is an incantation. So, the description is wrong. But sorcery of the Inquisitors of the Tower, wielded as an incantation of the Spiral. Okay, never mind. I just didn't read far enough. That's my bad. But a swing of the arm releases a giant golden arc. Charging enhances potency. The arc resembles the barb, a known symbol of coercive questioning. So, I actually tried this. It is very similar to golden arcs, except instead of 3 small ones, it sends 1 big one. And the damage is very mediocre. Like I said, my second character is a dual int faith character. So I have like 55 or 60 faith, I believe, on that character. And I don't have it on me, but I'm using a different seal, not the claw mark. It's the one that takes 40 faith. I forget what it's called, but it's the one that takes 40 faith. That's the one that I use. And the incantation, giant golden arc, it was very okay. It, like, 2 to 3 shot small basic enemies. So, kinda good if there's a lot of, like, small weak enemies in a big group. But not that good. I feel like it probably needs a buff. But from here, I figured, I feel like I put this off long enough. I feel like it's time to go after the giant furnaces. And 5 Revered Spirit Ashes. Get that? And yep. So Scadu Blessings. Scadu Blessing cannot be empowered any further. So it caps out at 20. And Revered Spirit Ash Blessing, it cannot be empowered any further. So it caps out at 10. So we have that. And it's raining, which means you, sir, are going to be debuffed. That's how this works. Oh. I jumped too early. We are doing no damage. No, still not going down? Okay. Ooh, good thing I backed up. Like I said, I've not fought... Oh, that's a grab attack. That took all of our stamina. Ooh. Alright. I don't know why his grab attack took our stamina, but it did. Alright, so you can go between the legs to avoid that. Ah, there's the golden glow. Oh, I was so... That was a lot of damage. So that's how you're supposed to do that. Okay. That makes sense now. So, you're not supposed to damage them through damage. You're supposed to damage them by stance breaking them. And then you get the critical. Okay. Deflecting Hard Tear and Furnace Visage. Right. Enhances Spontaneous Guard. A crystal tear formed slowly over the ages where the scattered sap of the Scadu tree pools deep within the Furnace Golems can be mixed in the Flask of Wonders Physic. The resulting concoction temporarily enhances Spontaneous Guard. Damage negation and guard poise will be heightened in the moment immediately after assuming a guarding stance. Successfully executing a Spontaneous Guard will also strengthen the guard counters. Alright, so what I'm getting from that is if you do this, just like a quick little shield, after drinking this, then it'll give you like more guard boost, so you lose less stamina, and it'll also make your guard counter do more strength. Okay, neat. And that was the first one here at Gravesite Plains, just after the Scorched Ruins. And the next one, we can go after this one here, in Scadu Altus. I don't know if we'll be able to do all of these and keep it under an hour. I kind of don't think so, but I feel like an hour and 10 minutes won't be that bad. Also, being able to just walk up and R1 spam and have them be completely helpless, that feels a bit too easy. Look, they even have horse armor. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think that the horses... Like, I think that you should either be able to get horse armor, or you should be able to get a talisman that gives Torrent Poise. One of the two. And I think that the Black Knights on horses should have more poise as well. I also spent a decent bit of time fighting these guys, helping people throughout the area, and I found out that for their Great Hammer attack that has the Holy Explosion on the ground, if you lock onto them and walk off to the right, you just completely avoid their attack. Like, surprisingly easy. But anyways, want this guy to move forward because I don't know. I don't know if there are any enemies nearby. I jumped too early because I was anxious about being out of stamina. Ooh. Yeah, if you look, like, it brings their stamina down. They had almost one shot as well. Okay, so it's kind of hard to tell what they're doing because they're so big. Ooh. I didn't realize you were doing a second move. Uh-oh. Alright. If it works, it works. I don't know if we'll be able to get to your face. That was a double jump. Like, he jumped and brought both legs off the ground. Oh, his face is on this side? Question mark? Yes. Okay. I was gonna say, the ground isn't even here, so I don't know if we'll actually be able to get the critical hit. But thankfully we were. Right. So I jumped too early. That should have hit me. I'm just gonna say it should have hit me. But ooh, that also maybe possibly should have hit me. But yeah, I think we can go with just one critical, because our damage is just high enough. But that gets us the Crimson Burst Dry tier and a Furnace Visage. This steadily restores HP for nearby allies. So starting from the second paragraph, can be mixed in the Flask of Wondrous Physic. The resulting concoction gradually restores HP of one's allies over time, has no effect on the imbiber. So you drink it, it heals your nearby allies, it does nothing to you. Okay. That's pretty neat. I can see that being useful. Next up, there's one here. There's a cave around here, isn't there? Lamenter's Jail, I think that's it. I think Lamenter's Jail is the one I'm thinking of. That puts you relatively close to the Furnace Visage. Yes. We're close to a level which is good. I'm so used to my other character now because I haven't played on this character in a little bit. So, really used to my other character who is a very different level. But I remember this guy, he either one-shot us or very nearly one-shot us. And he had a very long-range attack. But hopefully with us being super close like this, that won't be an issue. Hello. I don't know what he's doing. What I do know alright, that probably should have hit me. Alright. We're not doing any damage, I don't think. I don't think we're doing any damage. Because his legs had like armor plating on them. I'm going to assume that he also has that attack, which none of the other ones have had. Okay. Probably shouldn't have done that on Torrent. That was a bit silly of me. But we did damage to him. We did do damage, and as you can see, because of our Physic Tier, we didn't lose any runes because of the Twiggy Crack tier, which is very good. It's a very nice one, and it is one that I highly recommend if you're going to a boss fight where you aren't confident with your ability to kill. And if I remember correctly, I believe it lasts 3 minutes. Which most bosses don't last 3 minutes, so... Can we jump in? Nope. Alright, so I don't know how to deal with that one then. Because attacking his legs didn't do any damage. And I believe we did damage hitting him in the head the first time, but we can come back to him. For now, I don't want to waste too much time trying to deal with an enemy I don't know how to deal with, so we can just move on to the next one, and I can come back and see if I can do anything with him later. For now, I know that there's one down here. This one also has a Spirit Spring jump though, and I believe it also has that fire attack. So yeah, that it doesn't even have, oh no, it does. It does have a health bar. It's just not near the lock-on point. Yeah, just look at that. Jump! Yeah, look at that. We did damage. Again, I'm not gonna deal with these ones because I don't know how to deal with them, and we're 50 minutes in. So, we can leave those two for later. And we can move on to Rauh Ancient Ruins West. Because I know there's one here. And while there is a Spirit Spring jump here, it's not right next to the furnace. It's a decent distance away. So, it might be different. Yep. This one's one of the ones we know how to deal with. You'll love to see it. And we can just keep swinging. I think he went to go do another foot slam. But I got a stance break. Just have to stay on our toes. Just have to keep an eye on our stamina. I feel like I jumped too early. I feel like not that one, but the one before it should have hit. Stop moving your legs away. You're not scared, are you? There's no reason to be afraid. That's half your health bar. Oh, he's got like giants on him. Like the faces of giants. Ah. That move. I was too focused on either the legs doing an attack or him doing the grab attack. And I forgot about the normal slam because it didn't hit me before that point. Nice. Is it just 3 then? Ah, that hit us. Ooh. Like, is it 3 stuns? Ow. To knock them down? And that big double jump attack, I dodged it. That was incredibly rude, but thankfully you stay down forever. But yeah, I dodged it the first time, but not the second or third time, so I don't know how to dodge it. But Crimson Sapping cracked here in a Furnace Visage. Grants HP, or grants attacks HP restoring effect. I couldn't read that for some reason. But the bottom 2 lines, the resulting concoction temporarily restores HP upon landing attacks. So you drink it, you hit an enemy, you get health back. Kind of like the Great Star's weapon. That could be very interesting, because before moving to the Death Knight's long half axe, I was running the Blasphemous Blade because it has HP regen. Icon Shield for HP regen, Blessed Dew Talisman for HP regen, and Taker's Cameo for HP regen. So being able to have HP regen on the Wanderer's Physic as well, that would be very nice. Alright, so this one's going to be on my radar then. There's 2 here. Hopefully I don't have to do a 1v2. Well, that one's up. So it might be a good idea to kill the one off to the right, because there is one off to the right. Yeah, it might be a good idea to kill the one off to the right before waking this one up. Unless we can stay over here and not wake that one up. I was afraid that I jumped too early for a second. But, nope. We're good. Ooh. That very nearly hit us. Yep. I realized that it was the grab attack a little too late. That's a good combo on their part. The grab attack into the kick. Because some people might panic and heal immediately. But if they panic and immediately heal, then they'd get kicked in the face. Yeah. Very glad that that lasts forever, because I'm having a hard time telling which way his face is going to land. And maybe that's just a me problem. Maybe it's he's really big. Maybe it's intentionally vague. To incite panic. Or to maybe get people to be like, I don't have time. And get them to just wail on him. Oh my god. I have 8 flasks left. 8 flasks left. Didn't need it. Blood-sucking cracked tear. Enhances attacks at the cost of HP. So bottom 2 lines, the resulting concoction temporarily increases attack power but drains HP over time. Alright, so this mixed with Crimson Sapping could be a good combo, where it's like one increases your attack, the other gives you health. Well, increases your attack but sucks your HP, and the other gives you HP when you land an attack. You know, maybe those two could balance each other out. But yeah, there near the end, the big fireball attack, I just started chugging Estus because I was like, well, I'm below half health, I'm about to die, and I don't know how to roll this attack. So, I could have teleported back to the Grace to get back up to full. Like, full heal items. There, I gotta remember that he's got arms. Sir, you're so big that when you try to reposition... Oh. Yeah, I really don't know how to dodge that. Sir, can you look this way, please? I don't want your face to get buried into a mountain. Yep. Roll that. I was about to say, I don't know if that's your second or third. Ooh. Good, good, good. Was that 64,000 damage? Nice. Yeah, so getting those stance breaks, even though it takes 3 to get a critical, being able to get 3 in order to stop them from attacking, to give you time to wail, and time to get stamina back, that's pretty generous, actually. I thought he was going for the grab attack. Yeah, I got greedy. Oil-soaked tier. I'm assuming that's just going to boost fire damage. Coats nearby enemies in oil. Alright, so starting from the 4th line, the resulting concoction temporarily causes the imbiber to break out in an oily sweat, soaking nearby enemies in oil. Oil-soaked enemies are highly susceptible to fire. It says that the imbiber breaks out in an oily sweat. So does that mean that you also take increased fire damage? Or is it just enemies? But yeah, enemies are oil-soaked enemies are highly susceptible to fire damage. So it's a thing to boost fire damage. But there's also this. So there's the oil-soaked one to soak enemies in oil to make them highly susceptible to fire damage, and flame shredding cracked here to temporarily boost the power of fire attacks. So those two could go hand in hand. Alright, so there's 5 markers left. There's one here, which we can't beat this one yet. There's one here that's a boss soul duplicator. There's one here, but can't beat them yet. Don't know how. There's one here. That's a boss soul duplicator. And then I saw it. There's one way over here. Oh, okay. Never mind. This is the one we went after before. The one that I just got rid of on the map. That's the one just before the Cerulean coast. Yeah, so we can head to the Cerulean coast and then we can head backwards. Yep, you can already see him. Yeah. Did we already get it? Yeah. So, just over there, you get the lightning perfume bottle. I got that on my second character. Is that fireballs or... Yep. Sir, why do you like this? Yeah, that. Melee attacks. That's what I want from you. Oh, you're different. He's got the fire... like the fireball spam. Yeah, I really don't know how to dodge that. But he's got the fireball spam. Like the ones with the like metal grating around their legs, so he can't damage them. But his melee attacks, I also hadn't seen. They were also new. Yeah, I really don't know how to dodge that attack. Like, I dodged it on my first character. Not my first character. I dodged it against the first guy who used it. And I have not dodged it since, so I have no idea how I even managed that. How I possibly managed to dodge it the very first time when I'd never seen it before. Then couldn't dodge it after that when I had seen it. Alright. Alright, so getting on Thornton, just running in circles, seems to work well for that. So that's good. Yep. Slam your little footsies and fall. Viridian Hidden Tier. Eliminates all stamina consumption. So starting from the 4th line, the resulting concoction eliminates all stamina consumption. However, this effect is only brief and will expire quickly. Yeah, so there's one for FP as well, where you have infinite FP, but it only lasts like 10 seconds, I think. So this will be the same. And those would probably be very good to go together. So that way you have infinite FP and infinite stamina, so you can just spam sorceries or incantations endlessly for like 10-15 seconds. So that'd be good. But anyways, I think we can end it here. We got some very good, not story progress, but I'd say we still got some good progress today. We got the Armor of Night, we got the Shield of Night, we got the Spiraltree Seal, we got the Rock Heart reusable item, we got the ability to purchase string, we got the Frenzyflame perfume bottle, we got a sorcery, we got an incantation, we got a modification to a previous weapon, getting it a new unique skill. We got the Deflecting Hard tier. We got the Crimson Burst Dried tier. We got the Crimson Sapping Crack tier. We got the Blood Sucking Crack tier. We got the Oil Soaked tier. We got the Viridian Hidden tier. And we got a handful of Furnace Visages, which are exceedingly rare to find. And we got rid of most, not all, but most of the Furnace Golems. There's still one here in Charo's or Charo's hidden grave. And there's still one here on the path to the Cathedral of Manus Meter. But those ones have, like, metal bracings around their legs. So hitting them in the legs doesn't do any damage. And both of them have a Spirit Spring jump right next to them. So I'm assuming that you have to use that to jump up to damage them. Because I could jump up the Spirit Spring and then drop down onto them and do a plunging attack. But even though I would do damage, I'll just fall down and die. So I'll have to experiment with that, see if I can do anything against them. But for now, we've gotten rid of most of them. We found our way into the ruins of Unte. I don't know how to pronounce that. But we got a new sorcery and incantation. And we got multiple new tiers. So I'm pretty happy with that. We also got the final upgrade. Like the final upgrade for the DLC. Blessings. We can head over here to quickly show that off to show what I mean. So in here, yeah, the Shadow Realm blessings. In a previous part, we got the Scadu blessings to their max, but here we got the Revered Spirit Ash blessings to the max. So that's something else we got. So even though we didn't really get story progress, we took out, not really bosses, but we took out a handful of mini bosses. Like, we can check. We took out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we took out 5 of them. We got 5 new tiers. A new armor set, a new shield, new sacred seal, new this, new that, new weapon, new sorcery, new incantation. Not new, but a new form of a weapon we've already gotten. Oh no, 6, because there's deflecting hard tier as well. So 6 new tiers, 6 of the Furnace Golems taken out of commission. I'm pretty happy with that. So with that being said, yeah. But there are 2 that we didn't kill, because they have metal bracings on their legs. And we woke one up by using a hefty furnace pot and throwing it on their head. So I figured, if we can set one ablaze using the hefty furnace pot, what's stopping us from setting, like, extinguishing the fire? I don't know if the hefty freezing pot hit. This was a bad idea. Ooh. That was rude. Anyways, we gotta get out of here because we are out of pots. But the hefty furnace pot was the main damage dealer there, it looked like. I could be wrong, but it did a giant chunk of damage. And so that's what I'm gonna go with. We can run, hopefully not get blasted by fire. And we can huck this. We can huck that. Yeah, look at how much damage that did. Oh, did that kill him? Oh, that killed him. That gets us the Cerulean Sapping Cracked here. Grants attacks FP restoring effect. I can't speak. But starting on the 4th line, the resulting concoction temporarily restores FP upon landing attacks. So you sip that, you smack an enemy, and you get FP back. That's that one. And then the final one is over here. And this jail is... I don't know if it's the closest one, but it's pretty close. So, I'll take it. And we have 5 hefty furnace pots left. Whether that will be enough or not, I don't know. I hope so. I think it took 5 to kill the last guy. $12 if you count the freezing and oil pots. But I could be wrong about that. But we're just gonna run up here. Oh. And I was actually going to have this. Alright, well that's uncool. That's not very polite of you. You were supposed to move towards me. Yeah, sir, I can't throw the pot that far. I hate to say it, but my arms are not that strong. You're gonna have to come closer to me. It looks like he's close enough. Beautiful. Oh. 3 did it. Glowwort Crystal Tear. Enhances attacks of spirits. So starting on the 4th line, the resulting concoction temporarily increases the attack power of spirits. So I'm assuming that means spirit ashes. So you drink that and Mimic Tear gets a damage boost. Cool. Right, all that's left are 2 markers, but those are the 2 boss soul duplicators that I have yet to cash in. So we can now head to the Divine Gate front staircase. And we're almost 8 minutes in. There's about to be a major boss. And this feels very disconnected from what we're probably about to do. So I may just... slap this onto the end of the previous part, part 36, and then have part 37 be starting there. I think that's what I may do. No. So we can see what is going on here. See if there's anything new with you. I don't know what's up with them. Do I need a certain weapon? Do I need to equip something? What do you want? I don't know what he wants. Could be this. Yeah, I don't know what he wants. This chest piece looks so good, though. I don't know what he wants. And I'm very tempted to kill him. I'm not going to because I don't want to mess with any NPCs on this character. But next run I'm gonna kill him. But yeah, I'm gonna tack this on to the end of part 36. So, as per usual, I end these parts with a snap, and